Power Rangers Cosmic Fury began to be created in 2022, and now in the middle of 2023 they have finished all the production. Now, we only need the promotional trailers and some additional information that they can give us, since they have not published anything official since they showed the costumes and weapons. Among all the information we have seen through social media, we know that this series will not use scenes from the Japanese series, only the scenes of the Zords. Many people were happy with this news, but we all would have liked them to use original Zords as well. So far, what we have seen about the new stuff Cosmic Fury has, most of the fans liked it. The weapons are spectacular, the costumes are very different, and they haven't lost the essence of the Power Rangers. Despite all this, there are some things they could have done differently, and, in this video, we are going to talk about all the positive things and some things that could have been improved. This video is not a criticism of Cosmic Fury or its producers, as the change they have achieved with this series has been impressive. Remember that the Power Rangers have been doing the same thing for 30 years, and during all this time they have used scenes from the Japanese series in every season. Basically, they have never created original costumes, different weapons, and possibly we might see some new powers. These are things that always came from the Japanese series, so we should be proud that now all those things are original. Still, it would have been awesome if everything was original, including the Zords, the Megazord, and the helmets. Let's start talking about the Zords, because even though we don't have all the information, what we know for now is that the Megazord is going to be the same as the Japanese series, but we don't know if we will be able to see the Zord separately. This Zord looks very good, but the problem of having used these scenes is that it will limit the story a little, since they should possibly use the same villains as the Japanese series. The story has to be created in a certain way that has to lead to the same battle of the Japanese Zord, therefore the Power Rangers is still really limited by the Super Sentai. It would have been great if they made new, original Zords for this new series, and this would help prove that the Power Rangers have the ability to create everything without needing the Japanese series. In addition to this, we could see the creativity of the franchise's production, since the only times we have been able to see original Zords were in the 1995 and 2017 movies. In the 1995 movie we had some spectacular Zord designs with an animal theme, and we got to see the Rangers use all the Zords separately. Then, we saw the Megazord, which was also very cool and colorful. The only negative thing about these Zords was that the CGI at that time was not as advanced as it is now, and they apparently didn't have as much budget to invest in high-end CGI either. In the 2017 movie it was quite the opposite. The CGI was awesome, and regardless of everything else in the movie, you must admit that the CGI on those Zords was spectacular. The textures, the colors, the lighting, absolutely everything looked amazing. The negative part of these Zords wasn't the CGI, the negative part was the design, as they tried to recreate the mighty Morphin Zords, but really the design didn't come across very well. These Zords didn't look like animals, they just looked like a bad imitation of the animals they wanted to represent, and this was very disappointing, as they wasted all that excellent CGI on a bad design. The combination of a good CGI with an excellent design that could be seen in the special episode, and I only talk about the Zords because we all know that the Megazord didn't have the best CGI, especially the animation. If we look at the Zords separately, we can see that they look excellent, and this is what we would like to see someday in a Power Rangers series. Now with the reboot, we don't know if we will continue to have Power Rangers series with the style we already know, but if this happens, then we assume that the franchise will remain disconnected from Sentai. If the Power Rangers continues to make an original series, then the only thing left to do would be to create their own Zords, and there we can possibly see the potential to create these machines. The best thing they can do is to continue to have the same design style, creations that can be understood and not machines with an incomprehensible design. Normally the best themes for this are animal themes, as they can create Zords that look like a combination of animal and machine. So far, we have only had lousy CGI on separate Zords, and an example of this is the Dino Fury Zords. These Zords look bad and the animation is the worst thing about these 3D creations. I think a series like Cosmic Fury could have created Zords combining the best of everything we have seen. They could have used good design like the 1995 movie, excellent CGI, and great animation like the 2017 movie in texture, lighting, and color from the special episode Zords. This would have been a great combination, and we would have Zords with good design, excellent CGI, color, texture, lighting, and perfect animation. We know that the name of the Cosmic Fury series was only changed for marketing purposes, since this is supposed to be the third season of Dino Fury, but the company wanted to change the name to get better marketing and sell more products. Because of this, they suffered a confusion between several themes that the series has, since some things do not match. The series has the name Cosmic Fury since most of the time the Rangers are going to be in space. However, they continue with some things of the dinosaur theme. For example, their morpher is still the head of a dinosaur. Despite this, the Zords they are going to use are wild animals, which also have nothing to do with anything else. To summarize, there are three different themes: wild animals, dinosaurs, and space. For this reason alone, they could have created some different Zords, maybe continue with the dinosaur theme, but give them the opportunity to transform into spaceships. Obviously, these are just crazy ideas, but at least we would have a better combination between the themes of the series. Finally, we must talk about the helmets, since according to what we have seen, the Rangers are going to use the same helmets they used in the previous season. We know that this is the third season of Dino Fury and that we are still going to see the same Rangers. Despite this, the Rangers are now going to have new suits and new weapons, so why didn't they make new helmets? They possibly wanted to have something that still connected this season with the previous season. But I've only seen that the fans didn't agree with this decision to use the same helmets. We don't know if they did this because of a lack of budget, but what we do know is that this was the perfect opportunity to create something memorable. Let's remember that something very important in the Power Rangers are the helmets, and this is one of the things that all of us fans collect. When we talk about the Ranger costumes, we always must divide the costumes and the helmets, because a Ranger can have a not so good costume, but he can have the best helmet. This time we could only see the creativity in the design of the costumes and weapons, but we could not see the creativity in the helmets. Write in the comments what would have been the best way or the best theme to create the Zords. If you are waiting for Cosmic Fury, like this video and subscribe for better Power Rangers Zords.